Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki. O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 18th Adhyaya of Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of liberation through renunciation, liberation through sannyasa, the moksha through sannyasa, nirvana through tyaga. This is what Sri Krishna is going to tell us about. And Sri Krishna says that this tyaga, this renunciation, this also verily is of the three types. Like all the three types of the threefold manifestation of the attitudes of Prakriti, the Sattva, Rajas, Guna, Tamas. The Sattva, Rajas, Tamas gunas, as they comprise inherently in the creation, in this Prakriti. Everything in this Prakriti that comes into effect, that also has these three tendencies. Whether it is any work, whether it is any austerity, whether it is giving the gift, anything that is under the gamut of this creation, it is of three types. And Sri Krishna says, even the tyaga is of three types. Sri Krishna says, first of all, one should never give up any activity. If there is a doubt in the mind of any aspirant, whether I should do this or not, whether I should give up my work in order to attain the ultimate knowledge, in order to have the ultimate enlightenment, illumination, should I give up doing any work? Sri Krishna says, no, man, never do it. Abandoning work is not the thing. While Sri Krishna has explained us the various views of different scholars, different schools of thought, now Sri Krishna is for a definite purpose, with certainty, he is telling us his own views on what should be done with this abandonment, with this renunciation. Sri Krishna says that karma should never be given up. Fruit of the karma, yes. Attachment to the karma, yes. But never give up the fruit. Never give up the karma as such. Never give up your action. Whatever you are required to do, you must do it wholeheartedly, most sincerely, in the most honest manner, without any compromises, with full heart in it. But know that you are not attached to that karma. Know that you are not doing that karma. You are not the owner of that karma. You are just an instrument. It is the Lord's work that you are doing. So Sri Krishna told us in the 6th shloka that etanyapitu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha. What is to be tyaktva? What is to be given up? Sangam, the attachment to the work that I am doing. I get so much attached to the work that I am doing that I don't like to finish it, for that matter. I don't like to come out of it. I don't like to get on a higher plane. I want to remain at the same thing. I am so much attached to that way of living. So Sri Krishna says, Tyaktva, what is to be given up? Sangam and phalani. The fruit of that action. Don't get tempted by, I am going to get this much of raise, I am going to get this promotion, I am going to earn so much of money out of it, I am going to get so many praises and accolades. No, that is not my intention of doing the work. That is not my motive of doing any work. My motive of doing any work is, it is God's work. The Lord has chosen me to do this work. See, such a great fortune Lord has showered on me, that Lord has chosen me to do this work. I cannot give it up. I must do it, but do it without sangha and without phala, without the ichha for the phala. Kartavyaniti me partha nishchitam matam uttamam. And this is how the works have to be done, O Partha. This is how you should perform your work, O Arjuna. And this verily is the best advice according to me. Matam uttamam nishchitam. This definitely is the best piece of advice, the best decision for that matter. One should not abandon the work, but one should abandon the attachment to that work, and one should abandon the fruits of the work. Then you do happily. Then whatever you do, it becomes worship. It doesn't remain to be a slogging work. That work becomes worship the moment we start doing it with the detached spirit. There is no attachment. There is no, the liking for that. I am going to do only this work. Nothing of that sort. And also, no fruit, no eye on the fruit of the karma. Whatever Lord wants to give, Lord will give. So that is what Sri Krishna had told us in the 6th shloka, and to which Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, that those who want to make progress in spirituality and those who want to realize Ishvara have to protect themselves from base desires. No desires, no attachments, no hankering after lust and greed. That is what Sri Ramakrishna had advised. And attainment of perfection is impossible without purity of mind. And how one can get the purity of mind? By detaching oneself with the task that one is doing. By detaching oneself with the idea that I am going to get something in return. No, there should be no attachment with what we are doing. Involvement, yes, 100%. Sincerity, 100%. Wholehearted involvement, 200%, but no attachment and no eyeing for the fruit, what I am going to get in return. So that was what Sri Krishna told us decisively. He said, this is the best belief. This is the best advice. Matam uttamam. This is the best belief that I can give you. This is the best belief that I can share with you. Now Sri Krishna is going to tell us about those trividha karmana, the three tyaga, the three types of tyaga. People abandon their duties with some false notions, and Sri Krishna says this is how they can be termed as these giving up of duties, this giving up of even the obligatory duties. So Sri Krishna says here in the 7th shloka that niyatasya tu saṃnyāsaḥ karmaṇo nopapadyate mohāttasya parityāgastāmasaḥ parikīrtitaḥ. Niyatasya saṃnyāsaḥ karmaṇo na upapadyate. Karmanaha niyatasya karmanaha saṃnyāsaḥ. Saṃnyāsaḥ is giving up, abandoning karmana, the duties. And what kind of duties? Niyatasya karmana, the obligatory duties, one which ought to be done. One which ought to be done the moment the body comes into existence. Once Jivatman partakes a new shell, a new covering, a new dress for that matter. Some duties, they become obligatory with our birth. So Sri Krishna says, abandoning those obligatory duties, na upapadyate. Na upapadyate is not proper at all. So, niyatasya karmanaha saṃnyāsaḥ na upapadyate. Relinquishing, abandoning the obligatory duties is not at all proper. Mohāttasya parityāgastāmasaḥ parikīrtitaḥ. And thus relinquishing one's duty, thus running away from one's obligatory duty by what? By moha, by the delusion. You get some wrong notions that, oh, I'm not supposed to do any work. I want to take sannyasa. I want to be away from this whole activity that I'm involved in. That kind of abandonment under the delusion of wrong notions, under the delusion of maya, under the delusion that mohāttasya parityāgastāmasaḥ, that is called as parikīrtitaḥ, that is declared to be TAMASIKA. That is the tamasic way of renouncing the work. There is no sanctity in abandoning the work. Lord will himself take care of your works the moment you progress on the spiritual path. The moment one advances towards the higher and higher stage, automatically the duties drop off. We don't have to make an effort to stop working. We don't have to do anything. Lord will reduce your duty, like that example Sri Ramakrishna gave. The moment a pregnant lady advances in her state of pregnancy, all her household activities, they start coming down. That lady doesn't have to bother, oh, I'm not going to this, I'm not. Automatically they drop off. You don't have to shun the duties. You don't have to abandon the duties of your own accord. It will happen in its own natural course. The moment you get onto that spiritual path of evolution from the lower being to the higher being, your duties will drop off. You, under the delusion that I want to attain nirvana, I'm going to stop the work. I'm going to stop even my obligatory duties. Sri Krishna says that is not at all proper. And this kind of abandoning the obligatory duties under the delusion is declared to be tamasic in nature. It doesn't bring any good to the spiritual aspirant. In fact, that aspirant can never be a spiritual aspirant who abandons the duties under the false delusion that I have to stop working. One must keep on working. One must keep on performing the obligatory tasks till the right time comes. And then when the right time comes, those duties automatically fall off. When a person in normal course of working, in a job, when a stage comes that she's not able to work properly, then comes that age of retirement, and then you are kept aside. And if you happen to be a government servant, you get fancy money also after retirement, the pension. So that is what happens on the spiritual path also. Don't give up the duty. Your duties will automatically drop off. So Sri Krishna says, don't abandon the obligatory duties. That is tamasic in nature, abandoning the obligatory duties under the effect of influence of maya, under the influence of the delusion. You have wrong notions and you say, I am not going to do anything because I want to take sannyasa. That is escapism, that is foolishness, that is foolhardiness. And that is what the tamasic type of people, they start doing it, which is no good at all. To flower and fruit is obligatory duty of a tree. Where the natural, the cycle of a tree is, when the time comes, it will flower, it will bear fruits. And what happens? In the natural course of action, when the fruit is ripened, it will automatically fall down. The stem which is holding the fruit, the moment that fruit ripens, it is no more able to hold the ripened fruit on its own. The ripened fruit automatically drops off. But what happens when the fruit has just set in and you pluck the fruit with the intention of enjoying that fruit? Let me pluck the fruit, let me enjoy that fruit. What happens? That half-baked fruit, that half-matured fruit, immature fruit, neither you will be able to enjoy, nor you will allow the tree in its own course of evolution, allow to ripen that fruit, which will give such a wonderful taste, which will give such a wonderful flavor. which will be such a wonderful experience to consume that fruit after ripening. If you cut it halfway through, it is good for nothing. Neither we enjoy the fruit, nor we allow the tree to ripen the fruit on its own course. So this is what happens. It is a natural abandonment when the ripened fruit falls down. Then yes, even if that ripened fruit falls down, yes, we can enjoy it. Contrary to this course, an ignorant person plucks off an immature fruit, the purpose is foiled. You won't be able to enjoy that the well-ripened fruit at all. Forced sannyasa from ignorance is as derogatory and destructive as this act, without having proper understanding. Just leaving the world, leaving the house, saying, oh, I am going to take sannyasa now, without proper understanding. Under that delusion that I have to give up, and you just run away from your basic duties of running the family. Now this is what had happened once with Sri Ramakrishna. He was talking to his disciples, and then he said that such and such person's brother, one person by name Pratap's brother had come to me saying, I am going to give up my family life. I have left everything and I have come here to be with you forever. I have renounced everything. And Sri Ramakrishna took him to task, left, right and center. He said, you fool, you have married, you have children, whose responsibility is to take care of them. Are your neighbors going to take care of your wife and your children? Is your father-in-law going to take care of your wife and children? You have left them. That is your responsibility. You are abandoning your responsibility. First, go make provisions that your wife and children can live happily in your absence. First make that provision, and then you get out after understanding the whole scenario that yes, now I can leave my wife and kids to take care of themselves. Don't run away from your responsibilities. That is like the tamasic way of abandonment that Sri Krishna has told here. Under the delusion, people out of a momentary influx, out of a momentary reaction, they will just say, I want to renounce everything. That doesn't work. For proper renunciation, for proper sannyasa, you should build yourself. You should reach certain level. You should make yourself capable of reaching that stage of renunciation. Then it will happen. Half-baked, no use. Neither your family is happy that side, and after taking sannyasa, you will keep on thinking, oh, what is happening to my wife? What is happening to my children? So neither the path of sannyasa is meant for you. It is producing any results. It is not producing any results. And on the contrary, you are getting so much into a difficult position for that matter. You are neither here nor there, and that is the worst thing to happen to anybody. So nitya karma or obligatory duty varies in scale according to attainments of man. The obligatory duties, some duties we cannot avoid. Breathing, can we avoid? We cannot. Sleeping, can we avoid? We cannot. So basic duties which are there to maintain this body. And why one should maintain this body? Because this body is the temple. The body is considered to be temple of that indweller. Don't neglect the body. Take care of the body. Your body is the temple of that Lord, of that Paramatman which has dissociated, which has kind of projected itself as Jivatman and staying there inside you in your heart. So just don't neglect the body. Take full care of the body. Nothing wrong in that. So all those nitya karmas which are to be done to maintain this body have to be done. We cannot abandon them. All the other duties. Now, for householders, what is the nitya karma? Taking care of body, taking care of family, taking care of your finances. Yes, that is required. We have to earn money to run our family life, the householders. That is a nitya karma. Don't run away from it. So that is for the householders. Those who have renounced the world with full knowledge, not in a escapist way. Those who have renounced the world, those who are on the path of sannyasa, for them the yajna, dana and the tapas, that is the obligatory duty, that is the nitya karma. That should not be abandoned at all. That's what Sri Krishna has told us. The obligatory work should never be abandoned. So one must perform these works, and giving up these works under the false notion, under that delusion that I want to run away, I want to get away from all this thing which has put me in the cage, which has put me in the prison. I want to get away from it, and therefore I won't do anything. That is not the reason. First, you get that inclination for renunciation. First, you become fit yourself. You make yourself fit to renounce anything. You have not anything in your possession. What can you renounce? Swami Vivekananda had told to one of his, the aspirant monastic disciple, first earn something. First, develop some kind of a balance so that you can renounce. You don't have anything. What can you renounce? First earn that stature. First earn that, become capable that you can renounce something. You don't have anything, as it is your paupers. What can you renounce? So, renouncing after attaining to something, yes, that is renunciation, not the tamasic way of renunciation, the tamasic way of sannyasa, the tamasic way of tyaga, which is totally under the spell of a delusion. That is abandoning the nitya karma, not at all acceptable according to Sri Krishna, because that is the tamasic way, tamasic tyaga, which doesn't have any stature, which doesn't have any reality in it, which is totally asat. This unwise act is born of abandoning the obligatory duty through ignorance brings deterioration. And this is the result of the tamasic vritti. Sri Ramakrishna has got excellent teaching on this. Sri Ramakrishna says, a devotee ought to continue to utter the name of the Lord and to discharge his worldly duties. A devotee should never shun his duties, should never shun her duties. Constant chanting of the Lord's name and holding on to the Lord, performing the worldly duties. One should never shun, the householder should never shun the duties until his mind gets merged in Satchidananda. Once the mind gets merged in that Paramatman, in that Parabrahman, in that Satchidananda, in that Purushottama, automatically the hand on worldly things will leave of itself. The duties will stop. You don't have to worry about it. They will drop of their own. But till such time, we are holding on to the world. With the mouth, let us chant the name of Lord and keep on doing the worldly tasks, worldly duties, with wholehearted spirit, with all sincerity, with all dedication, without any doubt in mind. But don't run away from those duties under the spell of delusion. So that is Sri Krishna's wonderful teaching as far as the tamasic way of renunciation is concerned. Next we will see what is the rajasic way. Till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.